Hi there. As of 2018, there are about 121 remakes, reboots, and sequels currently in the works. As of 2022, about 7.9 billion people complain that Hollywood doesn't have any new ideas. But I'm not Hollywood, so that makes my video okay. They say asking people to do things for you makes them like you more. But I don't think that's true. I hate being asked for favors. When I go to the movies, I personally hate it when people ask me to stop talking, or to hang up, or to get my feet off, or to chew with my mouth closed. All dumb requests. I know you guys hate it too, so I took the liberty of starting my own theater chain. MTC. Catchy, huh? Well, if you guys like doing all of this, please come over and do whatever you want! Okay, they're gone. Guys, I have a confession to make. I hate annoying people. I mean, I love annoying people, but I hate annoying people. It's a vicious feedback loop of karma. Except I try not to annoy people, and I meet them anyway. I'd ask why they're like this, but I'm not sure it's worth finding out. So instead of deconstructing the psyche behind the average annoying moviegoer, I'm gonna make the perfect movie theater for everyone. First things first, psych evaluations. I already mentioned them in the last movie theater problems video, but they were such a huge hit, I thought I should integrate them into the MTC. If you don't already know, you fill up these personality tests for our excellent box office managers. You're gonna have to fill them up in advance so that you'll get your MTC privilege card. These are to refine your cinematic experience as they direct you to the screening hall fitted to your results. If you don't want to waste time, you've got the option of ordering your tickets through our app. That's right, our very own app. You don't need to use Fandango and Atom tickets. At least we won't lose yours. MTC is aware of the surge in prices for tickets and food. But don't you worry, after consulting with some excellent lawyers at this strip mall, we've come up with a way to keep prices at an affordable rate. But first, I need to explain something. Rising ticket costs are caused by rising rent costs and salaries. So to absolve this, we are lowering our property worth by allowing you, yes you, to vandalize the MTC theater. And with your help, we can lower its value further by having no sewage system connected to it. So as long as you do your business outside, you can once again afford movie tickets. And food! We've also got some pretty good seats. This is a pretty big deal, you know. I'll tell you why. Once upon a time, a friend and I went to see a Quentin Tarantino movie a few years ago. I forgot the name. There weren't any standard screenings, so we decided to splurge on an IMAX showing. It was perfect because their tickets were expensive, so the place was almost empty. We picked the best spots in the house, smack dab in the middle. Why are they the best? Because you get the right balance of picture and sound while the screen perfectly fits your vision compared to when you sit at the side or in the front. So I recommend the middle row if you're gonna steal some seats. So my friend and I made a good choice, right? Wrong! What we thought was the middle row wasn't the middle row. You see, IMAX screens are huge. You wanna be as far away from it as possible or your cinematic experience will look like this. Which is exactly what it looked like, because we were over here. So for 3 hours, our backs were cramped because those seats didn't recline. And you know what's worse? They were really stiff. We only got our money's worth with that scene towards the end, but I'm not making that mistake ever again. And that's why here at the MTC, we've got plenty of middle rows for you, and all of them recline. But big deal, right? So what if our seats are super comfortable? There are gonna be lots of annoying people. What about those kids who cry all the time? Well, hypocrite, we've got cry rooms. I know that they already exist in Australia, but they're not available where I live. So turn the other cheek and get in there. And while we're at it, you're gonna have to open your snacks in there too. At least for the time being. We're currently working on technology that will allow you to eat popcorn and chips as noiselessly as possible. But if you're worried about other noisy people, don't worry. Their test results and tickets will direct them to our vocal freedom halls. Over here, they get to talk to each other and have their phone calls as much as they'd like. We encourage collaboration and personal involvement with total strangers. In addition, to maximize fun and deep connection with your fellow companions, your phones will be connected to the speakers so that everyone will provide feedback on whether Jenny should pick chicken or beef for the wedding next week. In addition, to enhance their viewing experience, we'll lock the doors out of complete privacy. Why? Because apparently they do their office work in there too. My brother and I were having a good time with his horror movie until this guy came in with his laptop. His laptop. He basically talked half the time while he was typing away. Can't say I blame him though. I guess he figured no one would watch a horror movie in October. He was more annoying than the guy who ate nachos next to me during A Quiet Place. Oh, he's gonna wish he had the cry room. We're also aware of people who book entire screenings in order to resell them to normal people, like you and me. It's been brought to our attention that they're called scalpers, a sinister name indeed. To combat this, we will warn people about resellers and track down the scalpers, so we can bring them over to the screening they've bought out. We'll pamper them for emptying their wallets for our establishment, along with a free haircut. Once again, doors will be locked for privacy. What about latecomers? Well, that won't be an issue. You will be required to wear an electroshock collar as soon as you order your movie tickets. So when you're late to your screening, pop goes the weasel. But, you say, what about latecomers when they're looking for their seats? We hear you. We are relieved for their ability to find their seat behind them, but it comes at a cost of blocking the audience's vision. I'm also very impressed they persevered with their collars, although I did hear the locks are kind of flimsy. I'll have to look into that later. But anyway, in the light mode hall, this issue will be no more. Little platforms on tracks at the screening entrance will carry them to their seats. The seats themselves will be doused in that stuff that makes them glow. They're safe, right? We've also noticed that latecomers like to play a little game, where they shine their flashlights at people's faces. We thought this was hilarious, to be honest, but we did receive plenty of complaints. So, depending on your test results, you will be given special earbuds connected to physical copies of your tickets. They will relay a painless frequency, not dissimilar to microphone feedback, that gets softer the closer you get to your seat. Fun, right? We're also aware of another major complaint: phone screen brightness. Why are they bright in the first place? Because some audience members are afraid of the dark, although feedback surveys say otherwise. Here at the MTC, we've solved this issue by installing mirrors at another light mode hall, so that light will be reflected everywhere. This will help minimize their fear of the dark, but in case that's not enough, they can switch on personal lamps attached to their seats. We will also turn up the movie's brightness. Smokers are also another issue, I think. I don't know if this is a problem, I'm just speculating. Maybe in Tuvalu. So I'm thinking there could be a screening room, right? And get this, when they're smoking, the roof could fold back like a convertible, and when they're done, it could fold back up. And then when they're done, right? When the movie's over, I could catapult that screening room into the ocean. Sanitation is one of the most widespread problems on the planet. Here at the MTC, we're no strangers to placing measures to uphold the highest cleanliness standards, because health inspectors aren't cheap, guys. Common complaints include bare feet resting on top of seats. So like with electroshock collars, depending on your test results, we will provide sneakers that will tighten around your ankles if they elevate above a low-situated sensor installed at the back of each seat. In addition to this, boxing gloves are also installed at the back of each seat. If mischievous audience members persist, they will be socked in the groin. It must be duly noted that no one is exempt from this. And finally, we must address advertisements. Advertisements are excessively long to give latecomers a chance to arrive before the movie starts. We understand people would rather not have this, but for an additional $3, you can purchase a ticket to the anti-ad room, where there is a skip ad option, but 100% of the audience will have to be there, or the advertisements will never stop. Sounds fair to me. I hope these features and more are enough to convince you to visit the MTC Theater, coming to a strip mall near you. We are here to preserve the quintessential movie-going experience and to foster the growth of remakes, reboots, and sequels. Thanks for watching.